Wake up with a purpose, rebuild with determination, and watch your dreams become your reality. You're capable of so much more than you think. Right now, wherever you are in life, it's not the end of your story, it's just the beginning of something better. Life doesn't always go as planned, and you may have faced setbacks or struggles, but none of that has to define your future. You have the power to change, to rebuild, and to create a new path. It all starts with the decision to take action today. You don't need to wait for a perfect moment. You don't need to have it all figured out. What you need is the courage to step forward, to take responsibility, and to commit to growth. The time to start is now. Your potential is waiting to be unleashed. No matter where you've been, you can create a future that reflects your strength, your vision, and your dedication. Let's begin this journey together. Number 1. Wake up now and take full responsibility for everything. Wake up now and take full responsibility for everything. This moment, right here, right now, is the turning point. You are at a crossroads where the decisions you make today will determine the future you build tomorrow. It's time to stop playing the victim. Stop blaming the world around you, and stop waiting for someone else to change your circumstances. The power to transform your life lies within your hands. The truth is that nothing will change unless you take full ownership of your life. Every choice, every situation, every moment. You might be tempted to look at your current situation and point to external factors. Maybe you're blaming your job, your environment, your family, or even the economy. But no one and nothing outside of you can determine the quality of your life unless you allow it. The fact is, the responsibility for your life rests solely with you. You may not have control over every event or situation that happens to you, but you absolutely have control over how you respond to it. When you take full responsibility for everything, you stop being a passive observer in your own life. You stop letting circumstances dictate your actions, your mindset, and your future. Instead, you become the creator of your own story. It's not about having everything figured out or being perfect. It's about showing up every day with the understanding that you are in control of how you live, how you think, and what you do next. Start by accepting responsibility for where you are right now. Take a hard, honest look at your life. Are you where you want to be? Are you doing the things that bring you fulfillment? Are you taking the steps that align with your goals? If the answer is no, then you must face the uncomfortable reality that you are responsible for where you are, not your circumstances, not your past, not anyone else. Your decisions, or lack thereof, have led you to this point. This is the first step in taking full responsibility. Taking responsibility doesn't mean beating yourself up for mistakes made or things you wish were different. It doesn't mean regretting choices or wallowing in self-pity. Responsibility is about empowering yourself. It's about saying, I may not have made the best choices in the past, but from this moment forward I will make the choices that will shape my future. It's about giving up the excuses, letting go of the blame, and stepping into your personal power. By owning your life, you take control of your actions. This is the point where you realize that every decision you make has consequences. If you choose to stay stuck in habits, in toxic relationships, or in negative thought patterns, that is your choice. If you choose to take action, to push through fear, to take bold steps toward your goals, that too is your choice. Your life is a reflection of the decisions you make, not the circumstances you're in. This realization is liberating because it means you have the power to change everything about your life. The first area to take responsibility for is your mindset. Your thoughts are powerful. They shape how you see the world, and ultimately, how you respond to it. If you choose to let negative thoughts dominate your mind, you will always see the world through a lens of limitation. But when you take responsibility for your mindset, you take back your power. You stop allowing your thoughts to control you, and instead you start controlling them. Every time a limiting belief creeps in, you challenge it. Every time doubt arises, you counter it with positive action and empowering thoughts. The next area where you must take full responsibility is your actions. You can have all the knowledge in the world, but if you don't take action, nothing will change. We often get caught up in planning, in thinking, in talking about what we want to do, but it's the consistent action that brings results. You must take responsibility for the steps you're not taking. You are the one who is holding yourself back. You are the one who is procrastinating, and only you can change that. Take responsibility for your actions today. Start taking the small daily actions that will lead you toward your goals. Taking responsibility also means owning your emotions. We all experience emotions: anger, frustration, fear, sadness. But it's how we respond to them that matters. Instead of allowing your emotions to dictate your behavior, take responsibility for how you react. It's not about denying or suppressing emotions, but about choosing how to deal with them. When you take responsibility for your emotions, you become less reactive and more proactive. You don't let external circumstances control your feelings. Instead, you choose how to show up, no matter what life throws at you. Another aspect of taking responsibility is owning your failures. We all face setbacks. We all encounter challenges. But when you take responsibility for your failures, you don't allow them to defeat you. Instead of seeing failure as something to avoid or fear, see it as an opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. Failure is simply feedback. It shows you what didn't work, so you can adjust and try again. When you take full responsibility for your failures, you stop playing the blame game and start looking for solutions. You become stronger, more resilient, and more determined. Taking responsibility for everything also means letting go of excuses. How many times have you told yourself that you don't have enough time, or you're not good enough, or you don't have the resources to succeed? These are just excuses. They are the stories you tell yourself to avoid taking action. But when you take full responsibility, you stop making excuses. You look at your situation and figure out how to make it work. You find a way to move forward, no matter the obstacles. You stop waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect conditions. You take action now, with what you have, where you are. Taking full responsibility also means being accountable to yourself. No one can force you to change, and no one can make you take action. It's up to you. You are the one who needs to show up every day, to do the work, to push through the discomfort, to stay consistent. And when you're accountable to yourself, you stop looking for external validation. You don't need anyone to tell you you're doing a good job. You already know. You are doing the work, because it's what you need to do to create the life you want. But perhaps the most important part of taking responsibility is taking responsibility for your future. It's easy to look at where you are now and think that it's too late to change, or that your past decisions have doomed you to a certain life. But the truth is, your future is in your hands. No matter how old you are, no matter what your past looks like, you can change the direction of your life. The power to create a new future begins with the decisions you make today. Every choice you make from this moment forward will shape the life you live tomorrow. The future is not something that happens to you. It's something you create. So wake up now and take full responsibility for everything. Own your life, your mindset, your actions, and your emotions. Stop blaming others and stop waiting for things to change. The power to transform your life is within you. The time is now. There is no perfect moment to start. There is no better time than today. If you want to create the life you desire, it starts with you taking full responsibility for everything in your life. Every thought, every decision, every action. This is how you take control. This is how you change your life. Number 2, get out of bed and start changing your life. Get out of bed and start changing your life. It sounds simple, doesn't it? Yet so many of us stay in the comfort of our blankets, paralyzed by thoughts of doubt, fear, or the overwhelming feeling that change is too hard. But the truth is, if you want to build a different life, if you want to create a future that excites you, you have to start with the most basic and powerful act. Moving. The moment you decide to get up is the moment you declare your readiness to change. The first step to transforming your life is often the hardest, but it's also the most powerful. Getting out of bed is not just about physically rising, it's a statement of intent. It's a sign that you've chosen action over complacency, that you've chosen growth over staying stuck. Every single day you have 2 choices. You can stay where you are, doing the same things and expecting different results. Or you can make the decision to rise and begin moving towards something better. The simple act of getting out of bed signifies your willingness to take control. It signals that you're done with letting the day dictate your actions and that you're ready to make the day work for you. Think about it for a moment. When you stay in bed, you give your comfort zone full control. You avoid facing the challenges that may come. You avoid the discomfort that often precedes growth, and you avoid the reality that the life you want requires action. The longer you stay in bed, the more time you waste. Time is the one resource we all have in equal measure, but how we use it determines whether we stay stuck or move forward. Every day you remain in your comfort zone is a day you miss out on opportunities for change and progress. So getting out of bed becomes more than just a physical task. It becomes the first step to seizing the day and ultimately creating a life you're proud of. The mind loves comfort, and the body loves ease. There's no denying that the bed feels warm and safe, and it's easy to get caught up in the trap of staying in bed just a little longer, but the reality is that extra time is not helping you move closer to your goals, it's keeping you stuck. Each extra minute spent in bed is a minute you could have spent taking action, moving forward, and changing your life. If you want to break free from the cycle of inaction, you need to make a commitment to yourself, get out of bed, and get to work on your dreams. This might sound trivial, but it's profound when you consider the bigger picture. Every day that you wake up, you're given the gift of a fresh start. The past is behind you. The mistakes, the missed opportunities, the things you didn't do yesterday, they no longer matter. What matters is what you do with today. The power is in your hands, and it begins with one simple act: getting out of bed. It's your first act of self-discipline. It's a signal to your subconscious that you're not willing to let the day pass by without giving your best effort. You're setting the tone for the rest of your day, and more importantly, for the life you want to create. Now, getting out of bed is not a magic solution to all of life's challenges. It's not a quick fix to the problems you face, but it's a start. And sometimes, a strong start is all you need to begin building momentum. When you rise with purpose, you immediately shift your mindset. You remind yourself that you're in control. Your actions, no matter how small, will lead to bigger changes. Getting out of bed is the first piece of the puzzle, and the rest of your day will unfold from there. It's a chain reaction that begins with you. The moment you rise, you activate your potential. Start thinking of the process as a mental shift. When you first wake up, the bed can seem like a haven of warmth and relaxation, but that's the trap of comfort. You have to fight the urge to stay in that state, because comfort will never lead to growth. Comfort keeps you from your true potential. It keeps you in a place where you're not reaching for anything greater than what you already have. When you make the decision to rise, you're telling yourself that you refuse to settle for what you have right now. You're telling yourself that you are willing to do whatever it takes to build a better, stronger, and more fulfilling life. This isn't just about physical action, it's about mental discipline. You need to train your mind to think differently. When you wake up, remind yourself that you are the one in charge. It's not your bed, your pillow, or the sheets that have power over you. It's your mind and how you choose to direct it. When you rise out of bed with a clear intention, it's like you've already won half the battle. The bed represents the familiar, the easy, and the predictable. But by getting up and moving forward, you are stepping into the unknown, into a space of possibility and growth. Think about how many people waste hours lying in bed, scrolling through social media, or letting their thoughts spiral into negativity. That's not living. That's letting time slip away without any real investment in your future. When you decide to get up, you choose a different path. You choose to prioritize your goals and your future over the temporary comfort of inaction. Every step you take after that is a step toward a better life. Every choice you make after getting out of bed is a choice that brings you closer to the person you want to be. It's important to understand that change doesn't happen all at once. It's not about making huge leaps overnight. It's about the small, consistent actions that you take every single day. Getting out of bed may seem like a small act, but it's the foundation for everything else. It's the first action that sparks a series of decisions that will lead you toward your goals. It's about building a routine that sets you up for success. When you get out of bed with purpose, you lay the groundwork for a day filled with focus, discipline, and forward momentum. You will face challenges. You will encounter moments of doubt and discomfort, and it may feel easier to crawl back into bed and shut everything out. But the key to creating lasting change in your life is to embrace those challenges head-on, knowing that they are part of the process. The discomfort is where growth happens. It's where the real work is done, and it all starts when you make the conscious decision to rise. So, get out of bed today. Take control of the moment, take control of your day, and take control of your life. The journey to a better life begins with that one simple action. Make it count. Number 3. Look in the mirror and promise to begin again. Look in the mirror and promise to begin again. This simple action, this moment of reflection, carries with it the power to change everything. Too often, we get caught up in the mistakes we've made or the opportunities we've missed. We let our past define us, allowing it to dictate how we see ourselves and what we believe we can accomplish. But in the mirror, you have an opportunity to make a new promise. This promise isn't to anyone else. It's a promise to yourself that you will begin again. No matter how many times you've stumbled in the past, there's something truly profound about looking yourself in the eye and acknowledging where you've been. But more importantly, deciding where you're going. The past doesn't have to define your future unless you let it. Your past mistakes, your failures, and your disappointments are not permanent. They are lessons, and they are there to teach you, not to trap you. The moment you look in the mirror and decide to begin again is the moment you take back control. You stop being a victim of your circumstances and start being the architect of your future. Every day is a fresh start, and the mirror serves as a reminder of that. There's no need to wait for a specific day, a special moment, or a grand event to reset your life. You have the power to begin again right now, in this moment. Looking in the mirror is an act of honesty, of facing the truth about where you are and where you want to go. But it's also an act of forgiveness. It's about letting go of the past mistakes and the negative beliefs you've held onto for so long. You don't need to carry them any longer. You've likely heard that the first step to change is self-awareness. Looking in the mirror forces you to confront your reflection, the person you've been and the person you are becoming. It's a powerful moment, and it can be difficult. But that's okay. It's not meant to be easy. Growth never is. Growth requires discomfort, honesty, and the willingness to take responsibility for where you are and where you want to go. Looking in the mirror is the start of taking full responsibility for your life. It's the moment when you stop making excuses and start making decisions. Promise yourself that you won't settle for where you are. No matter how far you've fallen, no matter how many times you've tried and failed, you have the power to rise again. Promise yourself that you will not let the setbacks, the obstacles, or the naysayers dictate your future. You are the only one who can change your life. When you look in the mirror, make a commitment to yourself that you will give everything you have to create the life you want. This is your moment of commitment. This is when you decide that no matter what, you are moving forward. You are not bound by your past. Your past is simply the accumulation of choices you've made, and if you don't like where you are, you can choose differently today. The beauty of life is that we always have the ability to start fresh, to change course, and to grow. You can't change what has already happened, but you can change what you do next. And that is where the power lies. The promise you make in the mirror isn't about perfection. It's about progress. It's about committing to becoming the best version of yourself, even if that means starting over multiple times. When you look in the mirror, don't just focus on the reflection. Focus on the potential staring back at you. Understand that the person you see is capable of more than they realize. Inside you is the strength, the courage, and the determination to accomplish incredible things. All it takes is the decision to start again, to wipe the slate clean, and to move forward with purpose. The past doesn't define you. Your actions do, and your actions today are the foundation for the future you want to build. Making this promise to yourself isn't about having all the answers. It's about taking the first step in the direction of your dreams, even when you don't have it all figured out. Starting again isn't about waiting for everything to be perfect. It's about starting with what you have and working with it. If you wait for the perfect conditions, you'll never get anywhere. Life will never be without challenges, but those challenges are what build character, resilience, and strength. It's through facing adversity that we learn what we're truly capable of. Promise yourself that you will be patient with the process. Change takes time. It's not going to happen overnight, and it's not going to happen all at once. But every single day that you make the decision to move forward, you are getting closer to the person you want to be. The promise you make in the mirror is a commitment to your growth. It's a decision to continue even when it's hard. It's a decision to stay focused on your goals no matter how many times you've been knocked down. One of the most important things to remember when you look in the mirror is to be kind to yourself. The journey to change isn't about beating yourself up for past mistakes or criticizing yourself for where you are. It's about recognizing your power and your potential, and treating yourself with the same kindness and encouragement that you would offer a friend. You are human, and you are allowed to make mistakes. But those mistakes don't have to define you. You can learn from them, grow from them, and use them as stepping stones to the life you want to create. Look at the person in the mirror and remind them that they are capable of greatness. They are capable of change. They are capable of anything they set their mind to. The power to transform your life is within you. It always has been. The mirror is your reminder that you are in control of your future. It is your moment of accountability, of self-reflection, and of self-commitment. From this moment forward, every action you take, no matter how small, will bring you closer to the person you want to be. It starts with that promise to begin again. So promise yourself right now. Look in the mirror and make that commitment. Promise yourself that you will take full responsibility for your future. Promise yourself that you will not allow your past mistakes to hold you back. Promise yourself that you will rise, that you will change, and that you will do whatever it takes to create the life you've always dreamed of. Your future is waiting, and it begins with this promise. Number 4, let go of pain and build your strength daily. Let go of pain and build your strength daily. We all carry pain, emotional, physical, or psychological. It's part of being human. However, we often let that pain define us, holding on to it as if it's a part of our identity. But if we want to rebuild our lives, if we want to create something stronger and more meaningful, we must first choose to let go of the pain that holds us back. Holding on to pain doesn't serve us. It keeps us trapped in the past, stuck in a cycle of suffering. The first step toward growth is recognizing that we no longer have to carry this burden. It's time to release the pain and use it as a stepping stone to build something stronger. Pain is a natural part of life. We all experience it, and it's not something we can avoid. But what we can control is how we respond to it. Pain doesn't have to be the end of the story. It can be the beginning of a new chapter. When you let go of the pain, you free yourself from the mental, emotional, and physical weight that it places on you. Holding on to past hurts, regrets, and losses doesn't change the past, but it prevents you from moving forward. It prevents you from seeing the opportunities in front of you, and it keeps you anchored to a place you no longer want to be. To build strength, we must first let go of the things that drain us. This isn't just about forgiveness or letting go of grudges. It's about freeing yourself from the weight of negative emotions. It's about choosing not to let your pain control your future. When you make the decision to release the pain, you make room for something more powerful to take its place. Your strength. Every day you have the opportunity to become stronger, but it starts with making the conscious decision to release the hold that past pain has over you. Releasing pain is not an easy task. It requires courage and vulnerability. It requires facing the things that hurt you and choosing to move forward anyway. This isn't about forgetting or denying what happened. It's about acknowledging that the pain you've experienced does not define your worth or your future. The past is gone. What remains is your ability to move forward. Every day you choose to let go of the pain, you take another step toward building a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. Building strength daily is a commitment that requires discipline. Strength doesn't come overnight, and it doesn't come without effort. It's something that is built gradually, one day at a time. Just as physical strength is developed through consistent effort, lifting weights, running, or exercising, emotional and mental strength are built through daily actions. Each time you decide to let go of a painful thought or memory, you are building emotional strength. Each time you choose to focus on what you can control instead of dwelling on what you can't, you are strengthening your mindset. The key to building strength is consistency. It's not about big dramatic changes. It's about small daily actions that accumulate over time. Strength is built through repetition. Just as you wouldn't expect to run a marathon without training, you cannot expect to build emotional strength without putting in the work. Every day you have to make the choice to release the things that drain you. And every day you have to make the choice to build yourself up. This requires you to be mindful of your thoughts and actions, choosing to focus on what strengthens you rather than what weakens you. As you let go of pain, you create space for growth. When we hold on to pain, we limit our capacity for growth. Pain keeps us in a place of stagnation, It keeps us from fully embracing new experiences and opportunities. When you release the grip that pain has on your heart and mind, you free yourself to grow, to take risks, and to move forward. You stop being held back by the past, and you open yourself up to new possibilities. Pain can teach us valuable lessons, but it doesn't have to be something that defines us. We can choose to learn from it and use it to fuel our growth. Building strength is about embracing challenges, not avoiding them. The more you face the difficulties of life with a mindset focused on strength and growth, the stronger you become. Every time you choose to confront a difficult situation instead of avoiding it, you build resilience. Strength is not about avoiding challenges, it's about how you respond to them. Life will continue to present challenges, but with each challenge you become stronger. With each obstacle, you learn new skills and develop new coping mechanisms. This is how true strength is built, by embracing life, with all of its struggles, and finding the strength to move forward. Strength also comes from creating healthy habits. Your habits determine your strength. If you want to build emotional, mental, and physical strength, you need to create a daily routine that supports that. This means taking care of your body, nourishing your mind, and surrounding yourself with positive influences. When you take care of yourself, you build a foundation for strength. Your habits create the momentum that will carry you forward, even when life gets difficult. The stronger your habits, the stronger you become. It's important to remember that strength is not about being perfect. Strength is about showing up every day, no matter how you feel, and committing to growth. It's about getting back up when life knocks you down. It's about learning from your mistakes and using them to become better. Strength is the sum of all the small choices you make to improve yourself, to let go of what holds you back, and to keep moving forward. Building strength is a process, not a destination. It's about committing to growth every day. The journey toward becoming a stronger version of yourself may be long, but it is worth it. Every day you choose to let go of pain and focus on building strength is a day you are one step closer to the person you want to be. The more you practice releasing pain and building strength, the easier it becomes. Over time, this becomes your new way of life. So let go of the pain today. Release the emotional, mental, and physical burdens that weigh you down. Understand that the pain does not have to define you. You have the power to choose strength, to choose growth, and to choose resilience. Each day is a new opportunity to build the strength you need to create the life you want. Take it one step at a time. Let go, build your strength, and watch yourself grow. Number 5, shut down distractions and rebuild yourself with purpose. Shut down distractions and rebuild yourself with purpose. In the world we live in today, distractions are everywhere. From social media notifications to the noise of daily life, it can feel impossible to stay focused on what truly matters. But if you want to rebuild your life, if you want to create a future that reflects your true potential, you need to take control of your focus. You need to shut down the distractions that pull your attention away from your goals, your dreams, and your purpose. The first step in shutting down distractions is recognizing them for what they are. Distractions aren't just the obvious things like checking your phone every 5 minutes or watching endless hours of television. Distractions can come in many forms: negative self-talk, toxic relationships, time-wasting habits, and even your own doubts and fears. Every time you let your attention wander to something that doesn't serve you, you're taking a step away from your purpose. These distractions aren't harmless. They rob you of your time, your energy, and your potential. To rebuild your life with purpose, you must first understand the cost of distraction. Every moment spent distracted is a moment you could have spent creating, learning, growing, or taking action toward your goals. Every hour wasted on things that don't contribute to your long-term vision is an hour you can never get back. Time is your most valuable resource, and distractions are the thieves that steal it from you. When you shut down distractions, you're essentially taking back control of your most precious asset. Shutting down distractions doesn't mean you need to eliminate everything that brings you joy. It's not about living in isolation or being constantly productive. It's about being intentional with your time and energy. It's about knowing where to direct your focus. When you focus on what matters most, you are able to move forward with clarity, purpose, and conviction. You no longer waste time on things that don't align with your goals. One of the most important things to remember when shutting down distractions is that it requires discipline. Discipline is the ability to stay focused on what you need to do, even when it's hard or uncomfortable. It's about saying no to the things that aren't important so that you can say yes to the things that truly matter. Discipline is the foundation of purpose. Without discipline, you will always be at the mercy of distractions. But with discipline, you can take charge of your time and create a life that reflects your values and aspirations. Start by setting clear goals. If you don't know where you're going, it's easy to get lost in distractions. When you have a clear sense of purpose and direction, distractions become less appealing. They lose their power over you because you know where you're headed. Setting goals gives you something to focus on, something to work toward. It gives your life direction and meaning. When you have a purpose, distractions are less likely to pull you off course. Once you have clear goals, it's time to take action. Purpose isn't just about knowing what you want, it's about doing what it takes to make it happen. Action is the bridge between intention and reality. You can have all the goals in the world, but if you don't take consistent, focused action, they will remain just that, goals. To rebuild your life with purpose, you must act with intention every single day. Every action you take should move you closer to your goals, no matter how small it seems. The key to success is consistency. Small daily actions add up over time, creating momentum that will carry you forward. One of the biggest challenges in shutting down distractions is learning to say no. Saying no is a powerful tool that allows you to protect your time and energy. It's easy to get caught up in other people's agendas, to say yes to things that don't serve your goals, or to get sidetracked by things that feel urgent but aren't important. Learning to say no is essential for building a life with purpose. It means being willing to disappoint others in order to stay true to your own priorities. It means not getting caught up in things that don't contribute to your vision for your life. Saying no is an act of self-respect. It's a way of honoring your time, your energy, and your dreams. Another important aspect of shutting down distractions is creating an environment that supports your focus. The physical and mental spaces you occupy have a direct impact on your ability to stay focused. If your environment is cluttered with distractions, it will be much harder to stay on track. This could mean organizing your workspace, setting boundaries with others, or creating a daily routine that prioritizes your most important tasks. It also means protecting your mind from distractions like negative thinking, self-doubt, and fear. When you create a positive, focused environment, you are setting yourself up for success. Distractions can also come from within. Our minds can be our biggest obstacle when it comes to staying focused. Negative thoughts, worries about the future, and self-doubt can pull our attention away from what matters most. To shut down these internal distractions, you need to cultivate a mindset that is focused on growth and possibility. You need to train your mind to stay focused on your goals, to believe in your ability to achieve them, and to keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. This requires daily practice, journaling, meditation, affirmations, or any other practice that helps you maintain mental clarity and focus. As you start to shut down distractions and rebuild yourself with purpose, you'll notice a shift in your energy. You'll feel more focused, more aligned with your goals, and more motivated to take action. When you eliminate distractions, you create space for what really matters. Your life becomes less cluttered, and you can focus on the things that bring you fulfillment and success. You'll also begin to notice that the people and things around you will either support your new direction or challenge it. Some people may not understand your commitment to shutting down distractions and focusing on your goals. That's okay. Your journey is your own. What matters is that you're staying true to your purpose. You're no longer allowing distractions to control your life, and as you continue to stay focused on your goals, you'll start to build momentum. This momentum will push you forward, helping you rebuild yourself into a person who lives with intention, purpose, and focus. Shutting down distractions and rebuilding yourself with purpose is a lifelong practice. It's not about being perfect, it's about being intentional. Every day you have the opportunity to take control of your focus and create a life that reflects your true potential. The more you practice shutting down distractions, the easier it becomes. The more you align your actions with your purpose, the more fulfilling your life becomes. You are the architect of your future. Focus on what matters, eliminate what doesn't, and rebuild yourself into the person you are meant to be. Number 6. Create a plan today and follow it without excuses. Creating a plan today and following it without excuses is one of the most powerful actions you can take in your journey toward rebuilding your life. Too often, We get caught in the cycle of waiting for the right time, or thinking that the perfect conditions need to align before we can make progress. But here's the reality. The right time is now. If you wait for the ideal moment, you'll end up wasting precious time that could be used to make a difference in your life. Creating a plan is more than just writing down a set of goals. It's about outlining a path to where you want to go and committing to taking consistent action toward those goals. It's about taking full responsibility for your future and making intentional steps every single day. Without a plan, you're simply wandering, reacting to what comes your way, rather than taking charge of your own destiny. To create a plan, you first need clarity about what you truly want. Without clarity, your plan is like a ship without a rudder, going in circles, getting nowhere. Ask yourself, what is it that I want? What is my vision for my life? What do I want to achieve? Your answers don't have to be perfect, but they need to be clear. This vision will serve as the foundation of your plan. You must know where you want to go in order to determine the steps you need to take to get there. Once you have clarity, break down your goals into manageable steps. Large, overarching goals can feel overwhelming if you don't break them down into smaller, more achievable pieces. Instead of thinking about the big picture all the time, focus on what you can do today to get closer to your goal. Each small step you take adds up over time. And before you know it, you're much closer to your desired outcome. One mistake many people make is thinking they need to have everything figured out before they begin. They wait for all the answers to appear before taking action. But here's the truth. You don't need to have everything figured out right now. You just need to start. You need to create a plan based on what you know and start taking action toward it. As you progress, you'll learn more, adapt your plan, and grow in the process. But it all begins with taking that first step. A successful plan must also be realistic. It's important to set goals that challenge you, but are also achievable. If you set goals that are too big or too distant, you may find yourself feeling discouraged when progress is slower than expected. Start with goals that are attainable and build your way up from there. Realistic goals keep you motivated because you can see progress along the way. Achieving small victories gives you the confidence to push through to the next phase of your journey. Another critical aspect of creating a plan is building in time for reflection. You don't need to wait until the end of the month or year to evaluate your progress. Take time regularly to check in with yourself. Are you staying on track? Are there any obstacles that are preventing you from making progress? Reflection allows you to adjust your approach when needed, making your plan more adaptable and aligned with your current reality. But creating the plan is only the first part of the equation. Following it without excuses is where most people falter. Excuses are the silent killers of progress. They seem small, insignificant at first, but over time they accumulate and rob you of the results you want to see. You may feel tired, distracted, or unmotivated, and that's when the excuses start to creep in. I'll do it tomorrow. I'm too busy. I'm not good enough. These are all just excuses designed to keep you comfortable in your current state. But if you want to rebuild your life, you must take action regardless of how you feel. There's a quote that says, "Success is the sum of small efforts, repeated day in and day out." The key to success isn't waiting for motivation to strike. It's about showing up every single day and doing the work. Some days will be harder than others, but the real test of your commitment is pushing through those tough moments. If you want to make real, lasting change in your life, you need to build a habit of following through, no matter what. To follow through without excuses, it's important to make your goals non-negotiable. This is where discipline comes in. Discipline is the ability to do what you need to do, even when you don't feel like doing it. It's about setting a standard for yourself and holding yourself to that standard every day. Discipline is what keeps you moving forward when motivation wanes. It's what pushes you to keep going, even when the path feels difficult or uncertain. A powerful tool to help you stay disciplined is accountability. Share your plan with someone who can hold you accountable. Whether it's a friend, a mentor, or a coach, having someone to check in with can make all the difference. They can provide encouragement, feedback, and a sense of responsibility that keeps you on track. Knowing that someone else is rooting for your success can give you the extra push you need when you're tempted to give in to excuses. Another important strategy for staying on track is creating a routine. A routine eliminates the need for constant decision-making. When your actions are part of a daily routine, you don't have to think about whether or not you're going to follow through, you just do it. Create a structure for your day that includes time for your goals, whether it's setting aside time for exercise, reading, or working on your business. Having a routine removes the uncertainty and excuses that can derail your progress. Remember, a plan is not set in stone. Life happens. Unexpected challenges arise. But it's not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. If something doesn't work, reassess your plan, adjust as needed, and keep moving forward. It's better to make progress, even if it's slow, than to make no progress at all. When you commit to your plan, you are showing yourself and the world that you are serious about your growth. You are investing in your future and proving to yourself that you are capable of achieving what you set out to do. It's not about being flawless. It's about being relentless in your pursuit of progress. Creating a plan today and following it without excuses will not only help you rebuild your life, but it will also give you the confidence to take on bigger challenges. Each small success builds upon the last, and before long, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. You'll have transformed your life through consistent action, discipline, and a refusal to let excuses stand in your way. This is how you create lasting change. This is how you rebuild your life with purpose and intention. It starts now. Take the first step, create your plan, and follow it with unwavering commitment. Your future self will thank you for it. Number 7. Take the first step and commit to real growth. Taking the first step and committing to real growth is the key to transforming your life. The truth is that every journey begins with that single, bold action. It's easy to get caught in the trap of overthinking, planning, or waiting for the perfect moment. But the reality is that perfection never comes. The only moment that matters is the one you're in right now. If you want to rebuild your life and experience real growth, you must take that first step. The first step is the hardest one. It's filled with uncertainty, fear, and self-doubt. But that's where growth happens. That's where transformation begins. You might feel overwhelmed by the challenge ahead, or unsure if you're capable. But let me tell you something. Every successful person you admire started exactly where you are. They took the first step despite the doubts, the fear, and the challenges, and they kept going. You have the same ability within you to start your journey and commit to real growth. The first step might be small. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture or an instant transformation. It can be as simple as deciding to get up earlier, setting a goal for the day, or choosing to focus on one positive habit. The important thing is that you take that step with intention. The key to growth is not in the size of the step, but in the commitment to move forward. No matter how small the progress may seem, once you've taken that first step, it's time to commit to your growth. Committing to real growth means you no longer settle for the life you've been living. It means refusing to stay stuck in old patterns that hold you back. It's about deciding that you're not going to be the same person you were yesterday. You're going to evolve, and you're going to actively work toward becoming the person you aspire to be. Committing to real growth is a mindset. It's the belief that you are worthy of success, that you have the power to change, and that no challenge is too great for you to overcome. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens through intentional effort, focus, and determination. This means you have to put in the work every single day. It's about showing up for yourself, even when you don't feel like it, even when the road is tough, even when you encounter setbacks. Growth requires consistency. It's easy to start strong, full of excitement and motivation. But true growth happens when you continue moving forward, day after day, even when things get difficult. The first step is just the beginning. The real test is in your ability to commit to the journey. It's in your ability to keep going even when it feels hard, and when you face obstacles that seem insurmountable. Commitment to growth means developing the discipline to show up every day, even when you'd rather quit. It means making your goals non-negotiable. It's easy to get distracted, to make excuses, to let life's challenges derail you. But if you truly want growth, you can't afford to let these things stop you. When you commit to growth, you make a promise to yourself that you'll push through the hard times and stay focused on your goals. The most important part of committing to growth is understanding that growth is not linear. There will be times when you feel like you're moving forward, and other times when it feels like you're taking 2 steps back. But that's okay. Growth is messy. It doesn't happen in a straight line. And that's something you must embrace. The setbacks are just part of the process. The key is not to let them stop you. When you hit a wall, don't quit. Find a way around it. When things get hard, remind yourself why you started in the first place. The challenges you face are simply opportunities to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. To truly commit to growth, you must also commit to letting go of your old beliefs and habits that no longer serve you. Growth requires change, and change requires you to release what's holding you back. This could mean letting go of old limiting beliefs, unhealthy habits, or negative thought patterns that have kept you stuck in the past. It's not easy, but it's necessary if you want to move forward. Real growth involves shedding old versions of yourself to make room for the new, stronger, and more capable person you are becoming. Another important part of real growth is surrounding yourself with people who support and encourage your journey. Growth is not a solo endeavor. The people you spend time with have a huge influence on your mindset and progress. If you want to grow, surround yourself with people who challenge you, who believe in you, and who push you to be better. Don't waste your time with people who drain your energy or hold you back. Seek out mentors, friends, and communities that help you stay focused on your growth. Committing to real growth also means embracing discomfort. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. It happens when you step outside of what feels easy and safe. It's when you take risks, push past your fears, and do things that scare you. Growth requires you to be uncomfortable. It requires you to face your fears and do things you've never done before. This is where the magic happens. The more you embrace discomfort, the more you stretch your limits and develop new strengths. When you take the first step and commit to real growth, you're saying yes to a better future. You're saying yes to the life you want to create, and you're putting in the effort to make it happen. You're committing to the long-term process of evolving into the best version of yourself. It's not about achieving perfection, but about making consistent progress. It's about learning from your mistakes and using them as stepping stones on your path to success. Remember, the first step is just the beginning. Don't let the fear of failure or uncertainty stop you. The most important thing is that you take that first step and commit to your growth. Commit to getting better every day. Commit to pushing past your comfort zone. Commit to becoming the person you were meant to be. It all starts with you. Taking that first step and making the choice to grow. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't wait for everything to be right. The perfect moment is now. Take that first step and commit to your real growth today. You have everything you need within you to succeed. Now take action and don't look back. Your future is waiting for you.
Number 8. Fix your habits now and protect your new future. Fixing your habits now and protecting your new future is a powerful and essential step toward creating the life you truly want. Habits are the foundation of your future. They shape the way you think, the way you act, and ultimately the results you achieve. The truth is that success doesn't happen by chance. It happens through the small actions you take every single day. If you want to transform your life, you have to start by fixing your habits. Right now, look at the habits you have. Are they serving you or holding you back? Are they aligned with the person you want to become? The truth is that if you don't address the habits that are not serving you, they will continue to control your life and keep you stuck. But when you take the time to identify and fix those habits, you gain control over your future. Let's talk about what it means to fix your habits. Fixing your habits doesn't mean a complete overhaul of everything you do. It means identifying the habits that are no longer supporting your growth and making intentional changes. For example, if you have the habit of procrastination, that's a habit that holds you back from achieving your goals. It's a habit that creates stress and delays your success. To fix this habit, you must develop the habit of taking immediate action. It starts with breaking down tasks into smaller, more manageable steps, and eliminating distractions that prevent you from staying focused. Or maybe your habit is being constantly negative, doubting your abilities, or allowing fear to control your decisions. This negative thinking will only lead you to self-sabotage and prevent you from taking the actions necessary for growth. To fix this, you need to replace those negative thoughts with empowering beliefs. Begin to tell yourself that you are capable, that you are worthy of success, and that you are in control of your life. Replace your doubts with affirmations that push you forward rather than hold you back. No matter what bad habits you have, they can be changed. It may take time, but it's possible. The key is consistency. It's about staying committed to changing the habits that have held you back for so long. Don't expect overnight results. Instead, take small steps each day to correct your habits, and soon you'll begin to notice the positive changes in your life. When you fix your habits, you're not just changing the way you behave, you're changing the way you think and the way you approach challenges. You're shifting your mindset from one of limitation to one of possibility. By fixing your habits, you are laying the foundation for success. You are giving yourself the opportunity to create a future that is better than anything you've experienced before. Now, protecting your new future is just as important as fixing your habits. After you've made the decision to change and have begun to fix your habits, the next step is to protect what you've built. Imagine you've just planted a beautiful garden. The seeds you've planted represent the new habits you're developing, and the garden is your future. You need to protect it. You need to nurture it and ensure that nothing comes in the way of its growth. Protecting your future means protecting the progress you've made. You have to create a shield around your new habits, your mindset, and your goals. Life will throw distractions and challenges your way, and there will be people who try to pull you back into old habits, but you must stay strong and committed to your new path. One way to protect your future is to set clear boundaries. You have to be intentional about who and what you allow into your life. The people you surround yourself with will either lift you up or bring you down. If you want to protect your future, make sure you're surrounded by people who support your goals and who encourage you to be the best version of yourself. If there are people in your life who constantly bring negativity or distractions, you need to set boundaries and protect yourself from their influence. Protecting your future also means learning to say no. It's easy to say yes to everything, especially when it comes to other people's requests or distractions that seem urgent. But the truth is, not everything deserves your time and energy. If something doesn't align with your goals or your values, don't be afraid to say no. Saying no is not a rejection of others, it's a commitment to yourself and your future. It's saying that you value your time and your energy more than anything else. Another way to protect your future is to stay disciplined. Discipline is the ability to stay on track, even when things get tough, or when temptation arises. It's the ability to keep your eye on the prize and resist distractions that lead you off course. Discipline is what keeps you focused on your goals, even when it's hard. It's what prevents you from falling back into old habits. By staying disciplined, you are protecting the progress you've made and ensuring that you continue moving forward. If you want to protect your future, you must also be mindful of your environment. Your environment shapes your behavior. If you want to cultivate good habits, you need to surround yourself with things that support those habits. If you're trying to eat healthier, for example, remove junk food from your home. If you're trying to be more productive, create a work environment that is free of distractions. Protect your new future by designing an environment that supports your success. Your mind is a powerful tool, and protecting your future means protecting your thoughts. Negative thoughts can destroy your progress faster than anything else. If you allow negativity to take over your mind, it will become your reality. To protect your future, you need to learn how to control your thoughts. Whenever negative thoughts come up, counter them with positive, empowering thoughts. Remind yourself of the progress you've made and keep your focus on the future you want to create. In order to protect your future, it's crucial that you stay committed to the process. Changing your habits and rebuilding your life is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing journey. You need to continue working on yourself every single day. Make time for self-care, personal growth, and reflection. Keep learning, keep growing, and keep improving. The more you invest in yourself, the stronger your foundation will become. And as you continue to grow, your future will become brighter and more secure. Fixing your habits and protecting your new future requires effort, dedication, and commitment. It's not always easy, but it is worth it. The life you want to create is in your hands. You have the power to change your habits, change your mindset, and protect your future. Every step you take toward fixing your habits and protecting your future is a step toward a life of fulfillment, success, and happiness. Now is the time to take action. Fix your habits today and protect your future with everything you've got. Your future self will thank you for the decisions you make today.
Number 9. Face your reality and rise with full discipline. Facing your reality and rising with full discipline is the key to unlocking your potential and transforming your life. The reality we live in is often not the one we dream of, And that can be a tough pill to swallow. It's easy to get lost in daydreams or fantasies about what we wish our life would be like. But here's the truth. Real change starts when you face your current situation head on. Only when you face reality can you begin to take the necessary steps to change it. This doesn't mean you need to be harsh on yourself or dwell on mistakes. It means being honest about where you are in your life right now, and acknowledging that where you are is a result of the decisions you've made up until this point. This is not to make you feel guilty or defeated. It's about empowerment. When you face your reality, you're acknowledging that you are in control. You are in control of your life's direction, and you have the power to make choices that will lead to the transformation you want. Take a moment to really think about where you are. What have you been avoiding? What dreams have you put on hold? What are the obstacles that have been keeping you stuck? The first step is to get real with yourself. The second step is to commit to doing whatever it takes to rise above it. This is where discipline comes in. It's one thing to recognize the need for change. It's another to be disciplined enough to take consistent action toward that change every single day. Discipline is not a one-time decision. It's a habit that you must cultivate every day. It's about committing to doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like doing it. It's about setting clear goals and consistently working toward them no matter the obstacles. The discipline to face your reality and rise above it requires you to push through discomfort, distractions, and doubts. When you begin to embrace discipline, you will see how much control you have over your life. You start with small steps, waking up earlier, eating healthier, setting aside time for personal development, or taking action on goals that have been sitting on your to-do list for far too long. Each small action compounds over time, leading to bigger and more significant results. It's the consistency of these small actions that will create lasting change in your life. Your reality will not change overnight. Success is not instant, it's built one decision at a time. If you've been in a place where you've let bad habits control you, you're not going to fix everything in a day. That's okay. But every day that you commit to making better choices, you're making progress. You're building the foundation of a new reality for yourself. You must also understand that you won't always feel motivated. Motivation comes and goes. It's unreliable. But discipline, that's what will keep you moving forward, even when motivation is absent. When you are disciplined, you do what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. Discipline becomes the force that moves you from where you are to where you want to be. The reality is that success and growth require sacrifice. It requires you to give up things that are not serving you, whether that's old habits, toxic relationships, or anything that is pulling you away from your goals. When you rise with discipline, you don't just wake up and hope things will change. You actively remove the things in your life that are holding you back. But don't mistake discipline for punishment. Discipline is not about being hard on yourself or denying yourself pleasure. It's about aligning your actions with your goals. It's about choosing long-term rewards over short-term comfort. It's about saying no to distractions, excuses, and procrastination so that you can say yes to your future. Every decision you make is a reflection of your commitment to your own success. When you decide to face your reality and rise with full discipline, you are not just saying yes to the future you want, you're saying yes to the person you need to become to make that future possible. This means embracing the process of personal growth. Growth is uncomfortable. It's about stepping out of your comfort zone and doing the things that scare you. It's about facing fears and insecurities head on, knowing that you're capable of overcoming them. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth, and with discipline you'll be able to rise to the occasion. Don't underestimate the power of discipline. It's easy to think that success comes from talent or luck, but discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who don't. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and being consistent even when you don't see immediate results. Success is built on that consistent effort over time. Now you might be wondering, how do you develop this discipline? It starts with clarity. Get clear on your goals. Define what success looks like for you. Once you have clarity, you can begin to create a plan of action. Break your goals down into smaller, manageable tasks. Then start taking action on those tasks every single day. Whether it's reading for 20 minutes, working on a personal project, exercising, or improving your skills, these small daily actions will lead you to bigger outcomes. The key to discipline is commitment. You must be fully committed to your vision.
When you're committed, you won't let anything stop you. You will face your reality, no matter how difficult it is, and rise with discipline. Don't allow yourself to be distracted by excuses. Life will always throw challenges your way, but discipline helps you stay focused on what matters. When you face your reality, you acknowledge that life won't always be easy, but that's not an excuse to quit. It's an opportunity to rise above your circumstances and prove to yourself that you are stronger than anything that comes your way. You might face setbacks, but that's part of the journey. When you rise with discipline, you don't let failures define you. Instead, you learn from them and use them as stepping stones toward your success. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even in the face of adversity. It's about having the mental strength to keep going, even when things aren't going as planned. Ultimately, facing your reality and rising with full discipline is about reclaiming control of your life. It's about making the conscious decision to stop waiting for change to happen, and instead creating that change yourself. With discipline, you'll build the resilience, focus, and perseverance needed to overcome any obstacles in your way. Rise now, face your reality, commit to full discipline, take control of your life, and make the life you want a reality. It's all in your hands. Your future depends on what you do today. Make it count.
Number 10. Burn the past down and build a stronger version. To truly move forward in life, you must be willing to leave behind what no longer serves you. There's no need to carry the weight of the past with you, and in fact, doing so can hold you back from reaching your true potential. Too many people stay stuck because they are haunted by their past, whether it's mistakes they've made, missed opportunities, or regrets that seem too heavy to let go of. But here's the truth. If you want to build a stronger version of yourself, you must burn the past down. This isn't about forgetting who you were or pretending the past never existed. This is about liberating yourself from its grip so you can move forward with strength and purpose. When you hold on to your past, you carry emotional baggage that weighs you down. Every mistake, every regret, and every moment of disappointment sits on your shoulders, making it harder to stand tall and move ahead. The past has its place in shaping who you are, but it doesn't define who you must become. You don't have to let your past dictate your future. Instead, you can choose to burn it down, let go of the emotional burden it's placed on you, and make space for a new, stronger version of yourself. Building a stronger version of yourself starts with accepting that the past doesn't determine your future. Yes, your past experiences have shaped you, but they don't have to limit you. You are not the mistakes you've made. You are not the failures you've endured. You are not the person who once gave up. You are the person who has learned, grown, and is ready to build something greater from here on out. The first step in burning the past down is to forgive yourself. Holding on to guilt, shame, or regret keeps you stuck in a cycle of negativity. It doesn't matter how much you beat yourself up over what you could have done differently. It won't change the outcome. The only thing it does is prevent you from moving forward. So, let go of the burden of regret and forgive yourself. Give yourself permission to start fresh. Acknowledge that you did the best you could with what you knew at the time. Now it's time to be kind to yourself and build from here. Next, you must release any attachments to people or situations that keep you anchored in the past. If you're still holding on to toxic relationships or negative influences, it's time to cut the ties. These attachments prevent you from moving forward and building the life you deserve. You have the power to choose who and what you allow into your life. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, who support your growth, and who challenge you to be better. Let go of relationships that drain your energy or hold you back from becoming your best self. Letting go of the past means you have to confront the uncomfortable truths about your life. You have to acknowledge the moments where you've fallen short and the mistakes you've made. But it's important to realize that those mistakes are not failures. They are learning experiences. Every misstep, every failure, every wrong turn has taught you something valuable. It's these lessons that help you grow stronger. You can't be afraid to face the truth of your past, because it's only by doing so that you can truly learn and move forward. Burning the past down also means you have to stop living in the what-ifs. The what-ifs are paralyzing. They keep you trapped in a state of indecision and regret, asking questions that cannot be answered. What if I had made a different choice? What if I had taken that opportunity? What if I had been braver? The truth is that the past is done, The what ifs don't matter because they are beyond your control. The only thing you can control is your present and your future. So let go of the fantasy of what could have been, and focus on what can be. Once you have released the emotional weight of your past, you must begin to rebuild. This is where the strength comes in. Rebuilding is not easy, but it's necessary. You have to commit to growth and progress, and that requires a shift in mindset. Instead of seeing yourself as a victim of your past, see yourself as someone who has overcome those challenges and is now ready to create a new reality. Every day is a new opportunity to step closer to the person you want to become. You don't need to wait for the right moment or the perfect conditions. The moment is now. To build a stronger version of yourself, you need to set clear goals. What does a stronger you look like? What kind of person do you want to become? Get specific about your vision for your future and start working toward it. Break your goals down into actionable steps and take consistent action every single day. Focus on your personal development. Whether it's improving your skills, increasing your knowledge, or developing new habits, make sure you're always growing. The more you commit to improving yourself, the stronger you will become. A big part of rebuilding yourself is cultivating a sense of discipline. Discipline is what helps you stay consistent in your efforts, even when things get difficult. It's what keeps you going when motivation fades. Discipline is about doing what needs to be done, even when it's hard or uncomfortable. It's about staying committed to your goals and pushing through obstacles. You won't always feel like working on yourself, but discipline will carry you through when your emotions or circumstances try to pull you back. Rebuilding also means facing the future with optimism and confidence. You are not the same person you were in the past. The experiences that shaped you have made you stronger, wiser, and more capable. You now have the tools and the mindset to create a better life for yourself. The future is full of possibilities, and you can approach it with a sense of excitement and purpose. Instead of fearing the unknown, embrace it. Your past has prepared you for this moment, and now you are ready to rise up and build the life you've always wanted. Burning the past down is not about rejecting who you were. It's about freeing yourself from it. It's about accepting your past as part of your story, but not letting it define your future. You are constantly evolving, and every step you take toward becoming the best version of yourself is a victory. Don't be afraid to let go of the past and build something stronger. You have the power to transform your life, and it starts with one decision: to burn the past down and build a new, stronger version of yourself. So rise up and do the work. Let go of the past, embrace the lessons, and build the future you deserve. This is your life. This is your time. And nothing is stopping you from becoming who you were always meant to be.